Hello, everybody. How sparkly I am today.
That's what I was thinking of. Is this yours?
Yeah.
Oh, you are all day. I've been thinking that like a phone light, like when somebody's getting a notification, is flashing. Even when we were doing the training this morning, it kept flashing on the
TV.
TV, and I'm like, my phone is what? And I'm like, no, it's a shirt.
It's my sequins.
What did Jared say to you this morning?
It might be a bold choice for a first impression because we're doing this thing for the first time this morning. So.
I like it. I like it too. It fits your body quite well too.
It does.
Like it lays very nicely.
And it's heavy. And I think it's because it's heavy because it's got all these little. And then it has a really thick lining.
Oh.
And so then it's like.
Where did you get this shirt?
This is a Ruins Runway.
Oh.
Well, actually, if it's not too stupid, I might buy it.
You should. It
makes me a little happy.
It's kind of peps you up.
It does. It peps me up. Feeling good.
I like it.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. That is.
Can we turn this down a little bit? Is that where your camera is? That tiny
yeah.
There? Hold your thing. There we go.
Mark, you were just talking about us. What were you saying?
Okay.
Were you saying good things?
Of course, good things.
Yes, perfect.
Mark is, I was reading that he's kind of a tough guy when it comes to people coming to work. I was seeing that on the Facebook.
He's insistent on people coming to work?
Yeah. Yeah, like after date night and things like that. What you doing there?
I'm just moving this around so we can see everything.
Okay. Oh, I see. We're looking for Shelly's notes.
So we can see the notes.
Awesome stuff, of course. Thanks, buddy. All right. We're doing this on Meg's computer, and she only has one screen. So we're trying to layer the things. You can actually drag that left and hide them.
It's something about my.
I think it flashes and.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know what it is.
Well, and it's my disco shirt.
Yeah, you got the disco going on.
All right.
So we have an abbreviated schedule today because Dr. Headley's got an engagement at half the hour.
With Dr. Ramkama.
With Dr. Ramka. It's a meeting of the doctors.
So it's going to be like, phew. And the self-driven among us are like, that sounds amazing. Let's make it fast.
Yeah, I know. She's like, well, you can just keep, no, I'm fine. We'll just talk to them in these few minutes
that we have.
So, quick announcements. Don't forget to turn your clocks back this weekend. That was always how we missed church. The one day, 2 times a year, I guess, when the clock changed, inevitably, for whatever reason, we always missed church that Sunday. It was my favorite thing.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound so bad to me.
Yeah. Jennifer Flood is our most recent podcast interviewee.
She's cool. You should listen.
Yes. She's an attorney and owns like 17 businesses or something crazy. Rachel's going to be delivering a keynote virtually to...
Yes, to the students, the Professional Development Institute for its students to develop leadership stuff. They changed the schedule on me today, and now I have a conflict. So we're working through those details. Not sure what's going to happen.
Oh, interesting.
But it'll be really fun. It's a great event, and I'm looking forward to it. It's called, the topic is Leading from a Distance. So,
all right.
Should be good.
Happy Halloween on Saturday for all of you who believe in the celebrating the dead.
We have, I met a little guy on a Zoom call today who's going to be Cup Boy, Mugman and Cup Boy or something. I was like, what is this? It's some kind of new video game that the kids are playing.
Oh, how we have devolved.
I know. It's crazy. Anyway. Election day is Tuesday.
Vote.
Get out and vote.
I'm speaking to the SDCEO gang, whoever attends the WIN breakfast at the Joy Center in Spearfish. This is a free event for WIN members. That is on the 12th of November. This will be their, I think Michelle told me, first event back in person for WIN. Huh?
April?
Since April.
No.
Oh, since February.
Well, and if it's at the Joy Center, it means it's catered by the university, and that's actually usually pretty good catering.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. And okay, weekly quote. When people feel like they're being heard, they're more likely to listen and therefore more likely to buy into your vision. We just had this conversation with a client today.
So many times we've had this conversation recently.
Yes. Weekly writing prompt.
Oh, when do you feel the most productive and why? So this is interesting because some people say they're night owls, some people are early morning people. I'm definitely a morning person from a brain power perspective. I actually really like to stay up late and be creative or do things that aren't really like super intellectual, but maybe more creative. But man, if I need to like get a spreadsheet done or something written or whatever, I gotta do it in the morning. That's me.
Yeah, me too. My other take on productivity is I am more productive if I'm not around other people. This is why there's always the joke of Meg doesn't like to be in the office, but the reality is I just can't concentrate. I just almost said the F word, Shelly. I didn't do it. I just cannot concentrate when I'm around other humans. I think it's because I make it my life's work to study other people and their habits. So
That's true.
when humans are moving around me, I just can't.
Well, and
watch.
frankly, there's always fun stories to tell.
Always.
So we're always like, hey, did you hear the thing? No way. Or we get into some philosophical debate about mask wearing, and then all of a sudden it's 2 hours later, and you're like, shit, I haven't got anything done.
This is my life.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Okay.
I mean, not productive, but it's fun.
But yeah, right? Okay, we're going to jump to the IX Leadership member questions. So first question is, one interview question that I've been asked in my last 3 interviews is, what is your current salary? I'm applying for jobs that I'm qualified for, but the starting wage is much more than I make now. Do I have to answer this question? Well, no, you don't. You could lie. You can definitely just say,
They're not, how are they going to, they can't, your former employer is not going to tell you your salary, your current salary. Lie about it. That's what I would do.
I mean, I guess, but the starting wage, I'm assuming then you know what the starting wage is for this position, because usually you don't. This person knows the wage. Oh. Yeah, I would say it's pretty close to the starting wage of this position. So they have no idea if that means it's actually close or not. You can just say it's pretty close. So that's only like half lie. I guess the other thing you could just do is be honest. Say, listen, what I make now is not, because here's the deal. If you're going to work for an organization who's put all the time and energy into building a job description, looking at if they're being competitive in the market for this job and everything else, they're not going to go back to the table and say, oh gosh, we could get Meg for $40,000 instead of $60,000. Let's do it. I mean, they posted it at a certain amount, right? Say they posted at $60,000. If they offered the job to you at $40,000, would you be like, oh, great, that's what I make now? Shit, no, you wouldn't take the job. So they're not going to be stupid and take advantage of you. They've already posted it at a certain wage rate.
Right, but would it make you less competitive because they would see you as being more junior than other candidates?
Maybe if they're making decisions based on the wrong things, yeah, that is possible.
Because what I remember when I was talking to somebody, they said, well, what they were asking me was, what salary do you need? Is what I've been asked. And I said, well, with there's the salary, and then I have these kinds of benefits right now, and I have health benefits, and I have a retirement. So I'm really looking more for a package of what I need more than just the salary I'm looking for. So that's another way you could kind of just turn the question back around and say, what I'm really looking for a package that includes benefits and retirement. What do you have to offer about that? And then it's sort of, you don't really answer the question, but you sort of change the nature of the question. Then it's not a salary to salary comparison. It's a package to package, offer package comparison. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because sometimes, you might make $40,000 base salary, but have dope health insurance
or huge bonuses,
or they don't offer that. So, there's that. I think if you're going to be honest and say, well, right now I'm at 40,000, the thing you want to follow that up with is what you do for that amount of money. So just because you're qualified, maybe because of some of the things you do now or some of the things you learned in the past that you don't do now in this job, doesn't, if you're not doing the things that they're asking you to do at $60,000, then just because you're making $40,000 doesn't mean you're not eligible. It just means you're not asked to do those things. So you're not compensated for them. So I would think about it that way. Like, what are you being compensated to do at those two different rates, and think about what that means to them. But I think, Rachel's first advice, frankly, not to encourage lying, but they're never going to know. So you could either just say, yeah, I make $50,000 a year or whatever, and my benefits package is awesome. Or you could say, it's comparable to what you're offering on this.
I think that's a good answer, really, because at the end of the day, what happens a lot around in rural America is that you're working for some small co-op, say, and at the seed mill or whatever, and they don't expect to pay you, but you might be managing the whole place and maybe making 30 grand.
Yeah.
And then you want to get a manager job that's probably maybe less complicated at like a Black Hills Energy, and they pay their people because they're a huge organization. So that's really what I see as the challenge with this question, is that I would say, well, the pay is comparable to what you're offering, or what I understand would be what your offer would be, because I think that's a more honest answer, because sometimes there's a huge mismatch in size. So if you're changing the size of company or the type of company from maybe a nonprofit to a for-profit, or a small rural company to a big one, there is huge discrepancy in salary levels, even if you're doing the same kind of work. So, yeah. I mean, I might lie too, but it's probably not good advice to give people.
Mm.
I don't like the question, but you can't say that either. So,
okay,
we've got 4
You could say,
minutes.
what is your current salary? Hey, Alice, what's your current salary?
That'll get you right in the door.
It might with me, but not very many HR people are like me. Should we just go to some good news? Do you think we can save these 2 questions for next week?
Sure.
Okay, so you're not late for your meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a little SGN sign.
Oh, yep, get it out. Woo! Do 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 do.
Some good news. Yeah, we love the some good news because that's the best. This is a great story. So apparently there was is it in Michigan?
Yeah.
In Michigan, there was a teacher, I think like a first grader, and this first grader was home with grandma because of course mom and dad have to work. And so the kid was having technical difficulties, and they're a first grader, they can't figure it out. So they called grandma to talk to her about how to help the kid. And something about how the grandma was interacting.
They called the teacher.
No, the teacher called the grandma.
Oh.
Yeah, to help, to figure out how to help.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so there's something going on with the grandma, and the teacher's like, there's something wrong, like health-wise, like I don't know, something in her voice. And so they called, the teacher called the front office, and the front office called 911, and they showed up, and she was having a stroke. And so the gal is still in the hospital, the grandma, but she's expected to survive no problem. But she's starting the stroke rehab, and she started to walk again and all the things you have to do after a stroke. And she's like, basically she would have died because she's only had this one first grader at home with her. So if the teacher hadn't called 911, she probably would have died.
Wow.
So,
good job.
Teachers
Michigan
are just
teacher.
Amazing
They are
all
amazing.
around. They're like saving lives and putting up with all the crap they're putting up with, and teaching in person and remote and all the other things that they're doing. So Thank you, teachers. You're amazing. We can't see the chat. Is there you have anybody talking to us?
Unlikely.
No, Shelly's like, nah. All right. Shelly's, oh yeah. Hey, Susan. It's the whole package that should be considered. That's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you for being here. It's an abbreviated session today. We just got off with our IX Mastermind talking about going to Greece, which was so much fun.
Can I tell a bad joke as our final?
You may. I'm gonna cruise around to the other side.
Did you ever hear about the movie Constipation?
I haven't. Tell me about it.
Probably not, because it never came out. That's straight from a 10-year-old. That's a good one. I think that's hilarious.
Can't wait to tell that one.
I know.
Later.
I know. All right. Lead powerfully.
Change the world. Bye, everybody. Good to see you.